Hey friends, Dr. Allie here. I have a question for all of you moms out there. Have you ever had, I know I have, I'm gonna name a few examples here, but have you ever been looking for your phone and then you find it in your back pocket? Or your sunglasses are on top of your head, but you're asking everyone if they've seen your sunglasses? Or maybe, you're getting all the kids ready, but you accidentally forgot your dog at the groomer. Or maybe you forgot about that appointment last week. I think we've all been there, done that. And I've heard the phrase, I actually heard someone say this the other day. They're like, I just want my old brain back. Like, what happens between when we're in our, early 20s and maybe we're in college and we just feel so smart and we're taking these tests or doing these things. I'm just generalizing here. And then we become pregnant and all of a sudden we're starting to realize that our brain might be changing. And so today I want to dive into the topic of pregnancy brain, or also known as mom brain, and if it's real or if it's just a complete misconception in our society. Is it something that we, blame our memory on? So we're going to dive into that. I have my notes right here because there is some science involved, which is really fun, and I want to get it exactly correct for this video. Don't want to, misinterpret this this paper and all of that. So I have it all pulled up, but let's dive in here. Spoiler alert, pregnancy brain and mom brain, they are absolutely real and they are so intelligently designed for us to put our babies first. So let's go through that science. There was a paper that was published here way back in 2017, but I haven't heard people really talk about it until recently. And so then our team really wanted to dive into the background of, okay, what's going on during pregnancy brain? Is there anything that we can do to help support these moms during this? Is it something that shouldn't be happening? And then we found papers like this one, but this one's called Pregnancy Leads to Long-Lasting Changes in Human Brain Structure. And what they did is they took a pre and post MRI of the brain before pregnancy and then after pregnancy to see how the brain, if structure had changed, if anything that they could see had changed. And what these scientists found is that yes, there was actually a big change in the gray matter of our brains. So the gray matter, what that is it's very, very crucial for processing information. It's crucial for memory. It's crucial for like thinking and just doing all the, the emotional things, and for movement. But once we found that the gray matter is the one that was really, decreasing in this study, oh my goodness, what else was decreasing, right? We felt like we weren't able to think as clearly. We had some brain fog going on, or we couldn't remember things that we used to, or our phone was in our hand and we had been looking for it. But what we're also finding is obviously there has to be a reason for that, right? God so intelligently designed us. As moms, we are one of the most incredible creatures on planet Earth. And so it's so astonishing to just see how our brains are changing and they're leaving out anything that doesn't crucially matter for survival of us or our baby. And so when we are growing a human, guys, if you're pregnant, you're literally growing a human from scratch. It is the coolest thing ever. When you are doing that, of course your brain is going to have to change. It's going to have to modify. It's going to have to maybe forget some of the less important things that you will probably figure out later in the future. But it really needs to prioritize, number one, creating the baby and developing the baby in that first trimester. In the second and third trimester, that's all about growth. It's all about really the baby becoming that actual baby that you're going to see, the fetus coming into a human, as you may have heard in science class, all about the fetal development and all of that amazing stuff. But we really just wanted to touch on, yes, pregnancy brain and mom brain is real, and it's because of that. It's because we are so intelligently designed to take care of our babies. If you've ever been in the postpartum season of life, or you're coming up on it, it's a weird season, right? Like, you have intrusive thoughts. I remember I was way far away from the stairs and I was thinking, am I just gonna is she gonna fall down the stairs? And it was like, I was 20 feet from the stairs. Of course she's not gonna fall. But you have these moments of, you have all of these thoughts and these things going through your head because you are so focused on your baby, and that's the way that it should be, but we should also have support in that. And so what we found interesting is there was a study also done, another study that said 82% of moms had reported feeling this way, right? They believe in pregnancy brain and they believe in that mom brain. And so, but we wanted to, kind of, we see a variety of this in our office. Some moms, they have it a little bit. Other moms, they are forgetting a lot of things. They just do not feel like themselves in more of an unhealthy way, you could say, where it was kind of some red flags for us of like, okay, you should come into our office, or you should be here. Or we had moms who had friends come to one of our Birth and Beyond workshops, and they're like, oh my goodness, I am going through all of these things. And it's like, well, let's get you under neurologically focused chiropractic care, because number one, we don't want to stop that gray matter from changing when it's intelligently designed to do that. But that being said, we can talk about this, what we call perfect storm of events that causes more memory loss and causes all of these different things, and just really causes moms to not feel like themselves in more of a severe type of way. And so what we see is that what we call the perfect storm. We talk a lot about this in kids, but we also see it in adults. We can go back and I can ask a pregnant mom, do you remember, like, has your mom talked to you about your birth? Okay, what was that like? Did she have fertility struggles? What was her home life like? How stressed was she? What did she do for her job? And we really start to unfold their entire this future mom's entire life. So then it was like, were you colicky as a baby? Were you, and sometimes patients will call their mom, hey, I have a quick question. And mom will be like, yes, you would not stop screaming. Your tummy always hurt. Then, you had ear infections, you had some asthma, you had some immune struggles. And that's what we call the perfect storm, is that cascade of all the events that we start to paint together for this ultimate picture that the nervous system isn't regulating quite like it should. And the nervous system controls everything in the entire body. And so we want to make sure that that nervous system is primed, that it's ready to go, especially into pregnancy and especially into birth. Another fun fact is that whatever mom's nervous system, whatever the state of her nervous system is, she's the blueprint. She's the one who is teaching baby's nervous system how to function. So we want all of the mom's nervous systems out there to be regulated. We want them to be adaptable and resilient going into whatever birth that they're going to have. And we want to support the changes that are going on in their brain, that are going on in their body, right? We just talked about the brain today, but what's going on in that second and third trimester is your body is changing, or the first, if you have some morning sickness or some nausea and all of those other things. We want to make sure that you are supported in this. So if this video helped you, if you learned something new, go ahead and share it with a friend. You can also read an article that we have written on pxdocs.com all about pregnancy brain. You can get those studies that I talked about as well and send it to a friend. And if you've not, made an appointment to get scanned at our office, go ahead and do that too. All right, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you on the next one.